Hello, very good morning. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome to the next part of video in the Rest Assured series. The last video, hope you remember, we created a structure of an BDD Cucumber framework. Okay, so we created base package, we created utility package, we created step definition package, and we created test runner package, and we created three folders, that is data, futures, and property. Okay, and we added the pom.xml. Okay, right, dependency we added. So this is what we did in the last right video. Okay, now in this video we are going to add code right into the framework. Okay, so we'll go step by step. Okay, and we'll add code into the framework. Okay, first, right, let me go to the base test, right, and start writing the right base code. Okay, the very basic code is right, the rest should base URI which you are going to use it, call it to multiple step definitions. Okay, so for that let me create one method. Okay, public. Okay, and static, I'm going to use static, so because no need to create an object, I can directly call this one. Okay, I'm going to return it as string. Okay, so now I'm going to create one method called as step. Okay, now I'm going to write add right, so add return. Okay, I'm going to add return. Then what I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to use the rest assured, right, rest assured dot base URI. Okay, so as I told you, base URI we are going to get from the config dot property. Okay, the base URI you are going to get from the config dot property. For that we need to read it, right. For that we'll add config. Okay, manager, we need to write the config manager code. Okay, dot get property. First you should have written it, I didn't write it. Okay, let me solve that one. Okay, config dot property, then write config manager right, dot get property. Okay, now I'll just copy this base URI, I will paste here. Okay, okay, so now what I do is, right, I'll use get property. So let me create a method in config dot manager, so it's created a method. Okay, now what I'll do is, right, I just created a setup rest issue dot base URI config dot manager dot get property. So I need to keep the base URI. Let me go copy, go to the config dot property, and right, create and give the base URI, so right, so that it can be changed whenever needed. Okay, let me go to the previous old course, right, which we learned early. Okay, let me go to training. Okay, and take the base URI. Base URI is, I'll take this one. Okay, I'll take this base URI. Okay, I'll copy it, then I will paste here. Okay, so I'll keep the base URI separate outside the separate file, that will be called to our base test. Okay, now so I created one method setup rest issue dot base URI config manager dot get property method is in the config manager. Okay, now we need to write read the file from the config dot property, right. For that we need to write a code now. Okay, this we already see in the basic classes, right. So we need to read the config dot property. For that we need to write a code. Okay, for that let me add private. I'll make for this class alone, I'll make it static so that no need to create an object. Okay, properties. Okay, I'll use prop equal to, okay, new properties. Okay, I'll import the properties util package. Okay, I created one right reference prop from the properties. Okay, let me create a static block. Okay, let me create a static block. Then I'll use file input streams. This I'm using for memory management. Okay, file equal to, okay, new file, right, input stream. This we are going to read from the config.property. For that I'm using right file input stream. Okay, and we need to give the right path of the config.property, right. I'll copy the qualified name. I will give. So we need to read the base URI from the config.property. I'm giving the right path. I'm going to import right file input stream. Okay, file input stream Java, right. So Java IO package. I'm just right importing that package. Let me add try catch here. Okay, so I'll add the try catch here. Okay, now what I'll do is, right, I created a file input stream. Okay, then I right added this one. Okay, now we need to load it, right. Load the file here. Prop, okay, prop dot load. Okay, load what file. Okay, so we need to load the file. I right use the try catch block. Okay, now what we need to do is, right, we need to right get the return the properties. Okay, prop, okay, dot get property. Okay, and then the string. Okay, let me name it as, right, key. Okay, key value. Okay, let me use the term key here. Okay, let me remove the unwanted code here. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, okay, so what we did is, right, we gave right file input stream, right, and then we gave right file what new file input stream, then we gave prop dot load file input stream. Okay, so now what you are going to do is, right, we are going to add the Pojo class. Okay, so first, right, we need to add first we added base test. Okay, then we added the config dot property, we set the URI, then we added the config manager to read from the config dot property using the file input stream, and we use get property method to get the property of the config dot property. Okay, so now what we do going to do is, right, we are going to set the Pojo class. Okay, as we learned in the right basic classes, we are going to set the Pojo private string, right, title. Okay, then I'll copy, I'll paste, I'll name it as body. Okay, then again I'll paste, I'll author. Okay, so I'm going to create three right strings here. Right, this is going to be the request for all the four APIs. Okay, four endpoints. Okay, now I'll create a constructor. Okay, the first default constructor public right? Pojo. Okay, then I'll create a parameterized constructor. Pojo. Okay, in parameterize I'm going to pass all these three, right? String, title, comma string, body, comma string, author. Okay, I'm just passing all these three arguments here, so this becomes a parameterized constructor. Okay, I'm going to use it and this for making it as a current object. Okay, title, this title equal to title. Okay, now this body equal to body. Okay, this author. Okay, so this one is used for creating an object outside the class. Okay, okay, what I'll do is, right, I'll remove the modifiers here. 1 minute. As of now, let it be just string variable. I'll go to your source. Okay, I'll click generate getters and setters. I'll add all the getters and setters of all the three strings. Okay, get author, get body, set body, get title, set title. Okay, let me add, right, right, right. So let me add this one, and I click generate. So it creates a getter and setter now. Okay, now the encapsulation is set, the Pojo class is set, so we have string title, body and author. We have a constructor and a user parameters constructor where this method is going to be called in next classes. Okay, so now I created the right get title, set title, get body. So now the Pojo class is set. Okay, now we'll go to the payloads. Okay, now what we are going to do is, right, we are going to create the payloads here. Okay, so for that what I'll do is, right, I'll create one method. Okay, static method. Okay, that is going to return a string. Okay, request body. Okay, now I'm going to pass all these arguments: title, string body, string author. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to create this one. Now what I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to add the return, right, return here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, right, I'm just going to use the Pojo class. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, right, now Pojo, right, PO equal to, or 1 minute, Pojo equal to new Pojo. Okay, now Pojo dot set title, title. Pojo dot set body, body. Okay, Pojo dot set author and the argument. Okay, so we are going to, right, we set the title, so this will be called in your this REST utilities. Okay, so this request body will be called in our as an right, this will be called as an request in our REST assured utilities. Okay, so this we'll see how to add this call this one in the REST assured utilities in the next part of video. Okay, so in this video, we added four things. One is we created a base test and we created a setup method and we configured the base URI. Next, I created a config.manager where I created file input stream, right, right class to read the file from the config.properties. Okay, and I created a method get property for getting the property. Okay, then I created a Pojo class so that the request is passed as a Pojo. Then I used payloads for right setting up the the title body and author from the Pojo class. Okay, so I created a request body method which is going to be called in our step definitions. Okay, hope this video is useful for you. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Meet you soon in the next part of right video. Happy learning.